aware of the bonds that were created today, but that's sure there's a way. The water's so still and my pain has gone away. The air is much cleaner after it rains. Follow my love, the scent that's in spring air. Follow the moon into the sun. There's a call for new beginnings here.
So yeah, guys, we took off from Michigan back in, I think it was first part of October, and we started heading down. The plan was to run to Pittsburgh and see my good buddy William, because we wanted to do a few things on the bus. And the biggest thing we needed was a couple new tires on the bus, and that was really about it. But I told him I would help him out with a few things, and we got down there to Pittsburgh and we hung out for a little bit. And then what happened is he wanted to get his car down to Florida so he could use it. And then the other part of it was, he was like, you know, this car sets up here all winter and nothing ever happens with it, so you might as well take it down and maybe do some door dashing with it. So the plan was, all right, I'll take the car, we'll head down to Florida, we'll door dash all the way down, which, you know, I was going to stop in Raleigh, which is where my son's at, and he has an insurance business there. So we stopped into Raleigh and made some money on door dashing, and we used the car and everything. And then we were going to work our way down to Florida. And that was kind of the plan. So we ended up scooting down to Florida, and with the car, doing all the door dashing we can, trying to make a few bucks and fill the kitty for traveling and stuff like that. But so what ended up is we left the bus in Pittsburgh, and I didn't know how long it was going to be, maybe a month, maybe 6 weeks, I don't know, something to that effect. But that's what happened, is we scooted down with the car, and that's where we're at in St. Augustine at this point in time, kind of door dashing and hanging out in the car, doing some camping. So after spending a couple of weeks in Raleigh and building up a little bit of money, doing some door dashing, which I did really well there, and hung out with my son for a few days and whatnot, and then we finally got worked our way down to St. Augustine in one day, and that's where we've been hanging out and doing some door dashing. But man, the weather just went crazy here in St. Augustine, as you can see coming up here. And then then I ended up getting sick also with what it was, I'm not real sure, but after a few days, it finally cleared up here, and you can see that, this is the remnants of after the storm. Looking out on the ocean here, she's still pretty snarly out there, but there is some sun. So anyway, yeah, take a look at some of this weather. Well, welcome to St. Augustine, right? I had a DoorDash delivery, got stranded. I'm walking through nearly 3 foot of water. Pretty sad when you got a freaking whirlpool here in the street. Whew. Brutal, man, brutal. So I walked this pizza to this guy for a half mile, because you ain't dare getting down here with any vehicle. All the roads are closed down in downtown St. Augustine. This just absolutely stinks. And the sad part about it is I ended up getting tipped like $3-4 for this delivery. It was ridiculous. It was an added-on delivery, so between the two I made $12-13, but I'm done for the day. This delivery took me an hour getting through all this, plus I got my cold and my flu, and that didn't help any. I feel a lot better today, but this ain't helping. Cops are everywhere, got all the roads blocked off. Holy Christopher. This is just absolutely asinine. It's rained for almost 2.5 straight days. It'll be done tomorrow, but it's just been brutal, man, brutal. Holy cow. This car, I don't know if you can see it down there. That car bit the dust. He's in about 4 foot of water, probably car conked out. Anyway, I'm headed for Applebee's on the other side of town, and I'm having me some cold beers and something to eat, and I'm calling it a day. Enough of this crap. I am done. Stick a fork in me, folks. I am done. Holy mackerel. Just brutal. But like I say, cops won't let you go down hardly any of the roads, really, because everything's just too... And then I realized I left the dang lights on when I left the car. Well, I got a good bath, I guess. All right, guys. Peace out. So yeah, we're just chilling out here. And I've caught either a cold or maybe I've caught COVID. I don't know. I've been Doordashing and going in a lot of places. I've always got my mask on, but man, I felt horrible yesterday and horrible through the night, and I still don't feel good today, of course, but I'm going to try and see if I can't get a COVID test just to rule it out. Now, again, you guys know that I've been vaccinated, and I also had, I ended up getting another tetanus shot while I was in Michigan, and then I got the flu shot too, but my sinuses are just ripped up, and my tonsils are just flaming red, and I've always gotten strep throat throughout ever since I was a little kid, and it flares up. It's always a change in the weather, and that's what's happened. We went to Raleigh, North Carolina, and man, I am down and out. I feel like crap. Now it could be just flu cold, whatever, with a little sinus thing or whatever. Could be just nothing, but man, I sure did feel horrible and rotten. So I'm gonna see if I can't get a COVID test, just because I don't want to DoorDash and be going in places, and I don't want to get anybody sick. Especially older people or whatever. But so anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try and get a test, and just to make sure that I'm not infecting anybody. And if it's just the sinus or whatever, I'll call my doctor in Michigan, see if he can shoot me a prescription of amoxicillin or something to knock out the sinus and drop down the inflammation of my tonsils. I wanted my tonsils out a long time ago, but never got taken out as a kid. And then I went at age about 40, I went, because I got sick of the tonsillitis coming in all the time, but the doctor just said he didn't want to do it, so I just passed on it. But man, they're just always a pain in the butt, and as I cough, they just get raw. And so anyway, that's kind of where that's at. But anyway, I'll keep you informed on what's going on, or where we're at, what we're doing, and what's up. But man, I'm just not much in the mood to do much today. So I'm going to try and get that test, and just I just took some NyQuil, and I'm going to try and take some more stuff, and just kind of sleep today. It's rainy all day. It's an all day 100% rain.
So anyway, and again, I don't want to go to a I don't want to go to a coffee shop or anything because I don't want to get anybody sick. But anyway, peace out, guys.
But I just can't go out and girl. One way out, baby. But I just can't go out and girl. There's a man down there, or might be a man, I don't know. Well, you got me trying to warm love all the second. By this time I won't be trying.
After leaving St. Augustine, after feeling a little better and having some nice days, we made a little money over there, and then checked out some music. We shot over to Fort Myers and kicked around on the beach here and did a little Doordashing here, and I was able to camp out in the car in the parking lot of where the Key West Express is there. And I've done that a few different times now since I've come down. Last year I even did it in a shuttle bus there. But so we hung out in the, like I say, in Fort Myers. Fort Myers is such a nice area, but I found it to be pretty congested for Doordashing, so we ended up working our way north after that. All right, guys, so we ended up having a little bit of a mishap, and we had a hell of a time getting a record, but this guy here is the real deal. If you're in the area of in Pinellas or anywhere around this Largo area, you got to get this guy. We called him and he was 15 minutes. Came, got the car hooked up, ready to go. He was hooked up faster than we could get in the car. So this guy is on the job. And then the other guy you got to look into is this Metrics Auto Repair. Excellent, excellent dude. He's going to fix this ball joint, which this ball joint smashed and went right through the rim. I mean, it's just toast. So we ended up getting a new part. Oh, it's been a stressful day. So we ended up getting a brand new upper or lower arm part. They're going to put that in, and I was going to do it myself, but this guy was good. This guy's going to do it and put it in the morning for $160, and there's like no way I could do that for that. And he found me a rim for like $60 to put on there, and we get back in business and back on the road. So it's so awesome and so amazing. But yeah, Blackjack Towing, man. If you're ever in this area in Largo, you got to get these guys. These guys are amazing. So we ended up, after we got the ball joint fixed, and I don't know, it ran about total price maybe $500, but it really didn't give much indication. Just kind of bunk, that was it. And it was kind of a bummer, but it turned out to be all right, and getting it fixed in a fairly rapid situation. So after that, we went up to St. Pete, which is one of the best places I have found to DoorDash, and we made really good money there. So we're going to go back there and do some more DoorDashing there. And then after all that, we basically had to jump on a plane, grab a plane there, Spirit Airlines, and fly back to Pittsburgh with William. And then we ended up helping William out with a bunch of stuff around his shop there, and fixing some stuff and cutting some trees and fixing a roof and everything. And then we grabbed his boat and his camper, and we grabbed the bus, and we started to work our way back down to Florida. A long drawn out process, of course, and it of course eats up so much fuel because fuel is so pricey right now. Well, guys, it's another crazy Wayne Diaries adventures. We had to fly back up, of course, you've seen, to Pittsburgh, because that's where this bus was at. And as you can see, we've got the bus, and we are headed back from Pittsburgh back to Florida. But I have no heat. For some reason, just no heat in this bus. And we left at 20 24 degrees, 25 degrees. So I've got the buddy heater kind of going next to me, but every little bump it knocks it out. But we're getting closer. We are down. We just went through Charlotte a while back. We're in South Carolina, and we'll be in Jacksonville this evening. So, but anyway, yeah, it's been always an adventure, always a trip. So yeah, we're just trying to work our way back down, get back to Doordashing, and making some more money and getting things kind of squared away. But anyway, that's where things are at this point. So we're gonna let you go, and we'll catch up with you here in a little bit. So after we got back from driving the bus back, I came over to some friends' place that I graduated high school with, and they have a really nice place here, and it's all fenced in. And of course, I had to watch the dog for a little bit when my daughter flew back home. But this was a great place to kind of DoorDash out of, and it's it's a pretty nice area. It's Crystal River, so we kind of hung out here, and then I ended up putting up my Enduro for a trade, and then that's where this bike came up, and we'll kind of explain a little bit of that. But yeah, it turned out to be a pretty good thing. So this is just a really super nice area. It's all, like I said, it's all fenced in, and just a great place to be for a little while, for a couple weeks. So this is the new DoorDashing piece of equipment here, and what we did is I was almost going to throw this out, but I kept it, and it works pretty good. I got these saddlebags here kind of just as a hand-me-down type of thing, but this will work really good to put the stuff in, and then I can zip it closed. I can put some drinks in here. Again, it won't be nothing great, but it'll work, and it will work to dash with. That's the main thing. So we changed the oil in this yesterday, and the one thing I want to do is get in here and check the antifreeze, make sure it's up to par, but I'll do that another day here. Everything seems to be all right, so yeah, we're ready to rock and roll here. And then we're gonna do some camping, some trips and stuff in Florida, doing some camping. We got this kind of makeshift on there so we can put the phone on there, and we've got a little charging port here so we can charge and keep the phone charged. So should work out pretty good. It's a Suzuki Intruder Velocia 800. So yeah, all right, good little thing. We made a trade for the old Enduro. Traded it with a guy named Drew that watches me on YouTube and stuff, and turned out to be a great trade and worked out great for him and good for me. So here's where we're at now, guys. I've got you kind of up to date, or up to par on what's going on, but here's where we're at. And the plan was, when we come down to Florida this year, was I wanted to take that little Enduro motorcycle, and I was going to trade it. The plan was to trade it for a vehicle, like a little minivan that I could DoorDash with. What came up was this motorcycle that you see in the Suzuki Intruder. And again, Drew, thanks a lot. He kind of came forth and said, hey, I'll trade up. I can use the Enduro to ride with my daughter, and maybe give it to her later or whatever. And it turned out to be a really good deal. And I've been DoorDashing now for about 2 weeks with that bike, and it's really been working great. It actually works out really well. But the other plan for this winter was to get this bus up for sale, and it's up for sale now. I've got some people looking at it here and there, but I want to pick up a pickup truck and maybe a camper. I don't know yet, I'm not sure, but definitely a truck. It's just time to downsize. It's time to scale down, Gas prices are going way out of control. They're talking $4 for Michigan here. I don't really want to take this back to Michigan. It cost me $1,000 to get down here. It's another $1,000 going back. And it's just, I don't need all the room in it. So the plan is to sell this. And then the plan is we've got a couple adventures kind of designed, and you guys can tell me what you kind of want to see. Now, the plan is next week, in a few days, we've got you caught up. In a few days, we're going to pack everything on the bike that we need, and we're going to DoorDash all the way to Key West. And I don't know, spend 3-4 days going on down, and then 3-4 days coming back. So about 10 days, and just take my hammock, and we're just gonna camp out or whatever we can do, and make it work, and make a few bucks going down, a few bucks coming back. That's kind of the plan. Now, the other plan is in the spring, I was thinking about taking the motorcycle and heading for Washington or Oregon and doing a real big major motorcycle trip with this. Get some more things done, maybe get some better bags, I don't know. We did get a whole bunch of stuff with it. I've got a backrest and a little luggage rack thing. I just haven't gotten it on there yet. So that came with it, and there was some other stuff that came with it and whatnot. An actual cruise control device. It's just kind of a little manual one, but it'll work kind of nice, and I wanted to get some highway pegs for it. Now, the other idea, or the other trip that I had planned for this coming summer, so there's there's a couple of these trips. I really want to take a canoe trip, a big canoe trip, and I was thinking about going to Montana and doing the Missouri all the way down. Now, again, we can do that probably in August. So we could still do the bike trip and then end up doing the canoe trip later. Come down the Missouri, basically out of Bozeman, come all the way down the Missouri into the Mississippi all the way down to the Gulf and that. I just want to do a big canoe trip. I've been wanting to do one for a long time. You guys can leave comments whether you want to see just some motorcycle stuff for the next year, or, a canoe trip. I don't know, but that's where we're at, and that's what we want to do. So the whole idea this winter was to scale way back. You guys know I still have a boat over here in Crystal River in the storage. I'm trying to get that buttoned up and sold, but the first thing is the bus, so I can free up myself with a truck, and then I can either put the bike in the back of the truck or just pick up a little trailer, put that on there. And I just got to get more mobile. I've got to be way more mobile than what I've been. The bus is a wonderful unit. It's been a lot of great room and stuff like that, but it's killing. It's 8 miles to the gallon, 9 miles to the gallon. It's just $4 a gallon. That's just craziness. That'll just kill me. So the plan is to get that sold and scale back down in that. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. That's pretty much caught you guys up to date as to what's going on. Like I said, we'll film and do the whole trip camping all the way down into the Keys, down to Key West. You guys remember Corinne from last year? Well, we'll go down to Key West. We can stay with her and sleep on the floor or whatever. And another one of the girls down there, Lindsay, we can stay with her. She bought a boat. I want to see that boat. She bought a 32-foot sailboat, so we want to go see that. And I've got a couple little secret spots to slide back in with the bike. We can kind of get back in the woods and hide, and throw up the hammock, because I got a really nice hammock with a mosquito net and everything, and then I've got a nice tarp that can go over the top for if rain or whatever. So we can do it on pretty bare bones, and that's the plan. And then we'll come back up. We're going to store this here in Crystal River unless we get rid of it, and then we'll come back up here, and then probably go up to Panama City is my guess, and then do a little stationary holdout there for a while and DoorDash, and that's our money. That's what's making, that's what's keeping the kitty filled and keeping, a few beers at night and food on the table, so to speak. So that's where we're at, guys. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you being a part of the Wayne Diaries. I appreciate all that stick with me and stuff like that. I'll try to get things going on a little more regular basis, keep you guys up to par what's going on. But I think this trip's going to be fun with the bike down and doing some cool thing. And I want to do another video on just a day in door dashing and stuff. We'll do that too, because we're going to leave here, go down to St. Pete, and we got another guy down there that's got a place, and we're going to stay with him for about 4 or 5 days and DoorDash hard in St. Pete, because that's some good money, and we'll make $400 or $500, and then we'll kind of work our way on down. We'll hit Naples and then hit the Tamiami Trail on down, and then Key West. There's some door dashing and Uber eating there, which we'll do there, make a few more bucks, and then we'll kind of work our way back. I think it's gonna be a fun trip. All right, guys, stay with the Wayne Diaries. We'll try to keep you guys posted and keep things up as much as we can. Like I said, like to build the channel to be a little more than what it is at this point. I know it's hard. It's just, you know, one guy. I'm trying to film stuff, trying to get this stuff up, trying to get it edited, trying to get, you know, and then uploaded and stuff like that. Plus DoorDash and make some money in between. So, you know, it is what it is, guys. But anyway, peace out. We will talk to you guys soon.